We're starting things off in the kitchen with a perfect recipe for summer, and it comes from one of my favorite places in Woodinville. Willows Lodge is a beautiful hotel, and they're about to celebrate their 25th anniversary. And here to show us what makes this place so special is the new executive chef of their Barking Frog restaurant, Lyle Kaku. Welcome to New Day.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Oh, we're so excited. I want to get to what we're making today because I can tell this is going to be a beautiful, fresh spread.
Yeah, for sure. So here we have a squash blossom that's totally in season right now. We're going to stuff it with some corn, and then we have a white bean puree that goes on the bottom. We also have some fresh herbs and some arugula from the farm.
Oh, what is this dish called on the menu?
This one's not currently on the menu yet, so it's made specifically for New Day.
You're making a dish specifically for Kelly?
Specifically.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
So as we stuff it here.
And this is, you said a lot of this is from your garden. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so we partner with a lot of gardens that's in the area to Woodinville. This one specifically, Equilibrium Farms and Chef Alex, and I was just there just the other day, and this kind of inspired this dish also. So.
Okay, so what did you put?
So here we have our the squash blossom, and we stuffed it with the corn mousseline and a little tempura batter. And what we're gonna do is just drop it in the hot oil.
Oh.
And it's gonna fry up for just a second there.
How long are we waiting for something like this in this size to fry up?
Probably about a minute or two, tops. Yeah, we just want to crisp up the batter there, get it nice and light and fluffy.
I don't know if I've ever tried a squash blossom before. I'm very excited to try this. What kind of flavors can I expect in this?
It's very, very mild. And we have the females here. As you see the females, we have the actual squash attached.
Wow.
Cool. So as it's frying up there, give that a second. If you don't mind, I'll take that little platter here.
And while this is cooking up too, tell us about Barking Frog and Willows Lodge for someone that hasn't visited.
Yeah, for sure. So, amazing restaurant. Barking Frog really specializes or concentrates on hyper seasonal products. And, again, really sticking to Woodinville. Sorry, as I take this out real quick.
Yeah. And what did we just put on the plate too? I'm following your lead on how to plate this as best I can.
So on the bottom goes a little bit of the white bean puree that we made.
Ooh. I'm trying to make mine look as fancy as you, Chef. Okay.
So here we have some arugula. Just put a few right around.
Beautiful. And you guys are celebrating your, I'm just going to use my hands.
Yeah, for sure.
You're celebrating your 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary.
How are we celebrating?
Well, we have a lot of activations coming up at Willows Lodge with the spa. We have some activations in the Barking Frog. We're coming up with some specials. Here's some dill for you.
Dill.
We're coming up with some specials in Fireside Lounge. And then we're also going to have a soiree where, we're going to have our chefs create some specials for us, do a little wine pairing with some wine that we invited. Should be a good time.
Oh, amazing. Okay, what is this too? So I just put dill on it, arugula.
And then this is tarragon.
Tarragon, how am I doing?
Just a few, looks
just
beautiful.
A few? Okay, I'll take it. And then these are edible flowers?
These are edible flowers. So the one here, the white one, is actually the blossom from the arugula leaves.
No way.
So this is how they start off.
Gosh. And for someone that hasn't been to Willows Lodge, how would you describe the vibe? Because I just think, it's in the heart of wine country. You're right across the street too from Chateau Ste. Michelle that has amazing concerts throughout the summer. So walk me through the vibe of the
we're
look at it. Oh.
We're far away from the city, so it's very relaxed, tranquil. The spa is amazing. You can come there to relax. We have different types of food. At Fireside Lounge, a little more simple. You can get some killer cocktails. Barking Frog, just a little bit more upscale. You can have a nice dinner. We also serve brunch and lunch.
I know I was going to ask, what are your hours at Barking Frog? So you have brunch?
Yeah, so we start off breakfast at the Barking Frog at 7 o'clock.
Whoa.
And then we serve dinner all the way till 10.
Amazing. What are some of your favorite items on the menu? We were looking earlier at the brunch menu and you have beignets, So we
For
can start
sure.
with brunch, and then you can tell me your other favorites.
So the brunch menu, for sure, beignets is by far the most popular. But
Really?
we have a little bit of everything. We have eggs, we have pancakes, we have all the favorite classics.
What's going on here?
And here, the final touch for the dish is we have a little black garlic and pickled ginger aioli. We just put a few dots on here.
Even on? Right
Even
on. The way
I'll
that
let
you
you do
have plated yours is amazing, but this is the best thing I've ever plated, hands down. Okay, you were talking about brunch favorites.
Yeah.
Walk me through your other lunch and dinner favorites.
Yeah,
while
so
I
for
finish
lunch
this.
and dinner, we just had a new menu change. So we have some killer appetizers now for lunch and some specials. For dinner, trying to bring some of my background in here, so a little bit of Asian influence to the dinner products. So we have a poke dish now on the menu. We have onsen tomago ravioli. But then we also have, the halibuts and the salmons and, a little bit of something for everyone.
Do you change the menu seasonally a little bit, or how does that work?
Yeah, we do. So every season, so 4 times a year, we have minimal changes, but we always make changes to our menu.
Wow.
Hyper seasonal.
I'm gonna dive in and taste this.
Dive
and
in.
while I do, how long have you been the new executive chef? And please give a little background of where you're from, if you would.
Yeah,
this
for
looks
sure.
amazing.
So I've been here for about 6 months now. My background is I was born and raised in Hawaii, but I did some traveling. I spent some time, or a lot of time, in Las Vegas, a little bit of San Francisco and New Orleans. And then, I heard about Willows Lodge, came by, seen the property, talked to some people, and it was hard to say no.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're so thankful that you came here. Congrats on 6 months. How did you get into cooking? And I have to say that this is divine. I'm just
Awesome.
going to keep
Good.
eating. It is so good. Thank you for making this special dish.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Where does this passion come from with cooking?
So, as a young kid, growing up, my grandma was always in the kitchen, mom and dad always outside barbecuing. It was a natural progression going from there. In high school, I had someone, give us a call and be like, hey, come down, check it out. And, it just started from there.
And for someone that hasn't been to Woodinville, to Willows Lodge, how do you get them in to try the food and just come and see the incredible space?
Yeah, well, I think we're doing a really good job marketing now, getting the word out there. We've been there, of course, for 25 years as our events coming up. But just getting to reacclimate the people coming around and spreading the word out there. So thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, 25 years, what is the secret to the success? I mean, I know you've only been there 6 months, but you've probably seen how does it keep going?
Yeah, for sure. It's all about the people. We have great people that work there. And the care that they give to our guests that come into the doors is incredible. So the team's great.
Amazing. Well, you're fantastic. It was an honor to meet you. Thank you for showing me how to dish what is the prettiest plated dish I've ever done.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.